What is going on, guys? Welcome to Stock Talk with Nico Criticos. Today, we're going to be doing some stock analysis for AMD. This is going to be an update on a stock that I've owned for a couple of months now. And since the market is rallying today, AMD is one of the biggest beneficiaries of this rally, being up over 7%. It looks like this is mainly just being driven by the fact that shares of chip stocks are trading higher amid market strength on reports suggesting that the U.S. could narrow upcoming tariffs, which are expected to take place next week. So that is the big news. And as you can see, I'm pretty much at break even now. I got 22 shares at $115 a share. And of course, I still think AMD is a great buy. I still think that this price point is a very attractive valuation to buy in at. And so we're going to run through some stuff here. The first thing I want to look at is I asked ChatGPT, what is the biggest competitive advantage for AMD? And it says value proposition. AMD processors typically offer similar or superior performance compared to Intel at lower price points. And then the other thing I always think about is if you watch Jeremy from Financial Education talk about this, he always brings up that let's say Nvidia is the best and they have the most market share. Well, it's not, you don't want every company using Nvidia because then they have a monopoly and then they have too much power over the price. So AMD is the second player in a lot of different sectors, which we're going to get to in a minute here. Right below, you can see with these different sectors, AMD has very strong market share in these different things, right? So we're looking at they reached, now this is 2024, but they reached 28.7% in the desktop CPU market, which is its highest point since late 2016. That definitely is saying something. And then if you look at these other numbers, they're also very strong numbers. So they're a top player in several different sectors. And I think there's just plenty of business in this industry to let this company keep growing. The difference is that AMD is undervalued compared to its competitors, and it's undervalued based off of its history of where it normally trades. If we go to its history of price to sales, you can see right now is pretty cheap, right? It's the price to sales is a 6.8, which is historically under the average. So that's one great reason that this is a great stock to buy. Then you look at the last couple of years. Obviously, revenue has kind of been stagnant the last couple of years, but they're expected to grow a lot over the next couple of years. Net income is also not a very great picture here, but same thing there. I think it's going to turn around. And then the cash to debt ratio is optimal. This is almost as good as it gets really for this company. $5.1 billion of cash, which with only 490 million in debt. So they're in a very good position there. Shares outstanding has pretty much been flat for 3 years, so that's okay. And then we go up here, we can see that the P ratio you're paying for this year is about 24, which is cheap. That is cheap. And then on a forward basis for next year, you're paying 18, which is also cheap. So that's what I like with that. Then you look at the forward PE here, you can see it says 23 relative to the past couple of years. It's been, anywhere up between 30 to 53. So paying 23 times this year's earnings is insanely cheap. And then we go to what analysts have them doing. Come down here and see that EPS is expected to go from 3.3 to 4.6 this year and then 6.2, right? That's a huge jump up. That means the stock should basically be double what it was trading at last year. So I think this is easily a $200 stock in a year from now. And you look at the revenue growth, 23% expected this year, 20% expected next year. And that's what I'm saying. There's plenty of growth for there's plenty of growth in this industry for multiple different competitors like Nvidia and AMD to grow. So I'm probably going to hold this until at least $200 a share. And of course, I do take profits slowly. Like I sell a piece of my position at different price points, but I would say at least 200 bucks a share is a fair valuation for AMD stock. So that is my analysis for AMD. Let me know what you guys think down below, and I will see you in the next video.